Thanks for staying tuned to Channels Television. Welcome to Health Matters. I'm Dr Idigbe. The song on the lips of many globally is Stop TB in My Lifetime. And so today on the program we'll be looking at stopping TB, which is an infection that is contagious. Thankfully, globally, the cases are reducing, and of course, we'll be looking at how we can latch onto this in Nigeria, and of course, how you can reduce the risk for tuberculosis infection. I have with me in the studio today the coordinator of Research, Planning and Management at the Nigerian Institute for Medical Research, Yaba, Lagos, Professor Dr Idigbe. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much.
You're all dressed up in World TB Day T-shirt.
Yes.
Stop TB in My Lifetime.
Yes.
How far have we gone with this?
Well, the fight against TB has been on for a long time, and we're happy. We have some armament now to really combat TB. We have the diagnostic tools. We have drugs to treat TB. And we are developing surveillance strategies to be able to track TB within urban and rural communities. So the fight is on. TB is curable, but the important thing is to diagnose a case early enough and to be able to treat that person effectively. And that's the only way we can break the chain of transmission. On the 24th of March every year, the world observes the World TB Day. And on each TB Day, World TB Day, there's a slogan, a target for everybody. The TB Day for this, the slogan for this year is Stop TB my Lifetime. It's a challenge to all of us, the young and the old, to put in all efforts we can to ensure that we eradicate TB in our lifetime.
Okay, before we go on talking more about how to stop it, tell us about TB itself.
Well, TB is, let me go to the layman's language. TB is a disease, it's an illness, an infection, which is caused by a germ they call Mycobacterium tuberculosis. There are various types of that germ. They can affect different parts of the body, but the one that is of public health importance, the one that is really very important to us from the point of view of health, is one that affects the lungs. You know, that is the one you call pulmonary TB. You have other infections they call extrapulmonary TB. The pulmonary TB becomes important because when somebody who has active case sneezes or coughs or yawns, it throws the bacilli into the atmosphere, and anybody that inhales that bacilli gets infected. But not all cases of inhalation of the bacilli lead to active TB. You might inhale the bacilli, it gets into your lungs and settles in your lungs. Once your immune system, your body defense mechanism is intact, it doesn't affect you, you just rest in your lungs. And then the aggressive nature of the organism is combated by the body defense mechanism. But as soon as your body defense mechanism is lowered, either by some infection, and then of course the aggressive nature of the organism takes over, and the latent TB develops to active TB. And the person starts throwing out the organism to into the atmosphere, and anybody inhaling it gets infected.
Okay, now let's look at Nigeria. What's the burden of tuberculosis in the country?
Well, there are about 22 countries of the world. Let me start it that way. There are 22 countries of the world that are contributing 80% of the global burden of TB. Some 3 years back, Nigeria used to rank 4th among these 22 high-burden countries. But by last year, we moved down to the 10th position, which means we've done a lot to improve our situation. Again,
what have we done?
Well, we've developed a lot of strategies to improve diagnosis. We expanded diagnosing new cases nationally. We've been able to have the government and then other partners have been able to provide adequate supply of drugs to treat those diagnosed cases. Again, in terms of ranking, about 3-4 years ago, Nigeria used to be #1 in Africa. But because of the strategies we have put in place to improve the situation, we have now moved to #4 in Africa. The current infection rate, what you call the incidence or prevalence rate, is about about 115 cases, per 100,000 persons. So we are doing a lot. The government is doing a lot, supported by partners. We have the National TB Control Program. They're developing what we call microscopic centers. That is where suspects, people with signs and symptoms of TB, go to be tested, and once they are found positive, they are referred to what we call the DOT centers. DOT stands for Directly Observed Therapy Short Course, and this is the center where they provide drugs for these patients. Diagnosis is free, treatment is free. So people should be encouraged, once they have any signs or symptoms of TB,